Here we go. Part 3 of reducing fractions for Heart Academy number 10. Whew. All right, so now the time is like 3:15 p.m. and I'm still making videos and I got a lot more to do. And don't forget the videos and the worksheets are on the MyLab under topics. I hope this helps you guys out. You know how dedicated I am. I love you. Here we go. I want to do these 4 and then I'm going to go on to the next set of problems that we did in class on Friday, which was long division. And I showed you the relationship of fractions and division. And Cordy, if you're watching this, every time I think about that, I smile when I saw your face lit up when you completely understood what I was doing in class, and that is what teachers live for, my daughter. So please, 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 please keep up the learning, never give up, and I love you and everybody very much. Here we go. All right, stop being sappy. I know, blah, blah, blah. There you go. So I'm looking at number 5, and number 5 is 2 even numbers. Again, how do I know they're even? I just look at the last digits. I have a 4 and a 4, okay? 4 is even, I know that. 4 is even, I know that. So that means 24 is even and 84 is even. So of course this fraction, whoops, of course this fraction will reduce, okay? So I'm not sure by what. I kind of actually know this one, but I'm going to pretend I don't, just so I can use that handy dandy multiplication chart. Speaking of, I've actually posted the multiplication chart into MyLab too, where the worksheets are, just in case you've left yours at school or you want to be able to access it at home, electronically, whatever. So it's the same multiplication chart that I'm using during the videos. So, looking into my multiplication sorry. Notice I do not edit these videos because ain't nobody got time for that. Again, you guys know I talk fast, make mistakes 24/7. All right. So, I'm looking for 24 and 84 on my multiplication chart. I know I say the word so all the time, but hey, it is what it is. 24 and 84 on my multiplication chart. Where am I going to find that? Here we go. Let me curve this out. I'm going to put it down here on the side because you know I'm forgetful. 24, 84, okay? I know right now if Brendan is watching, he's probably, you know, saying numbers out loud to throw me off like he normally does. Love you, kid. Okay, so 24 and 34. Get out the way. Boo. Yeah, okay. 24. Remember not to use the first row. 24. I have a 24 right here. Oh my goodness. Do I have enough numbers to go all the way to 84? Not in this row. So let me just check other rows to be sure. A 24 and an 84. Oh, here's a 24. Look at that, an 84 all the way over. Let me get this dot out of the way so you can see where I saw it. I saw 24, 84. Look at that. So far I have 8 and 28, right? 8 and 28. Remember what I said about even numbers? If you have 2 even numbers, it will reduce again. So I'm going to look again for a 24 and an 84. So there's lots of methods on how to do this, guys. I'm just showing you the method that I do in class. So I'm trying to be consistent, okay? Look, I got a 24 here. Is there an 84? So now at a 4 and a 14. Okay. So I'm at a 4 and a 14. Oh my good gravy. I know you can't see green very well, but you'll be all right. I have a 4 and a 14. 2 even numbers. Look again. I'll use purple this time. No 24 in this one. Oh, 24. But no 84. Moving on. Take this one out the way so it doesn't confuse you. No 24. But I do see one here. And I see one here. Notice how they're getting closer together. Yes, Mrs. Hart, I noticed that the red ones are farther apart. The green ones got closer together. These two are close together too, or even closer together. So let's see what I have. I have a 2 and I have a 7. What? So now I'm really up to 2 7s. Do you think you're done? Probably. Remember our little rule that works most of the time? Even, odd, single digit. 2 7s is going to be the answer for that. Okay? Now, of course, you don't have to use the multiplication chart if you know what to reduce by already. This method is for those of us that have a hard time memorizing facts and have a hard time keeping track of reducing, okay? That would be me included. So I have 2 over 7 for that final answer. Moving on to number 6. I have a 45 and a 72. Now, 45 is even and 72 is odd. But remember the double digit thing I told you. So if it's a double digit, not to mention the worksheet is all about reducing, so you know it's going to reduce. So let's see if we can get it down to single digits, even and odd, or something close to that. I'm looking for a 45 or a 72. So I'll go back to my multiplication chart. Here we go. 45, 72. My little reminder, 45. No 45. I got a 45. I also have a 72. I have 15 over 24. Okay, so if I have, and I'm going to go this way because I'm running out of room. If I have 15, 24. I still have 2 digits. I still have 2 digits. That might be the final answer, but you know me and facts, we don't get along. This thing just keeps getting in the way. I got to figure out how to keep that one down. I think I just get too close to it, so it moves. But anyway, back on track. I'm going to check again just to be on the safe side because it still looks high to me even though I have an even and an odd, but there's still double digits, okay? So it doesn't hurt just to check to be sure. Looking for, again, a 45 and a 72 in other rows, okay? So no 45 here. I have a 45, but no 72. Take it out. Okay. No 45, no 45, no 45. I have a 45 and a 72. Look at that. And they're closer together, aren't they? 5 over 8. That line was crooked. Let me do it again. Over 8, much better. See, distance, closer together. Boom. So now I know I can use a 5 over 8. And look at that, single digit, even, odd. You're welcome. Okay, so let's go back and put that in. 5 over 8 is going to be our final answer for this one. 5 over 8. So if you are actually using these and appreciating what I'm doing, show some love, people. My favorite candy is peanut butter M&Ms. But you know I'm still trying to diet, so if you like to bring me in any fruit during the week, that'd be great. Remember, help me stay on track, okay? But you know, if you think I'm like really, really special, I'm going to deny peanut butter M&Ms. Let's just get that straight, okay? But I also like any kind of fruit. You can bring that in as a thank you, and that's better than pay, people. Because if you're bringing in fruit, and I know that my son already is going to be bringing fruit, but for everybody else, if you're going to bring in fruit, I know that you're watching these videos, and that will be our password of thank you, Mrs. Hart. And I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, this is why I love teaching. Not that I'm saying that you got to bring me in fruit, but hey, I ain't too proud to beg. For what I call my own. Forgot what I was doing. Number 7. Just me and you, huh? Hey guys, take a look at this. This one is top heavy, also known as improper. Remember the method I use in class, if it is top heavy, be sure to always look out to make sure your fractions are not top heavy. It's just easy for me to spot them because I'm so used to doing this. Most of you are not, and you will still try to reduce even though it's top heavy, and you're going to end up with a half correct answer. Half correct because you might reduce it. Half not correct because it will still be top heavy if you don't convert it. So I'm going to convert this to an improper or a whole number first. Remember, how do I do that? I have my 70 on the outside of the house and my 77 on the inside of the house, okay? And remember, what number goes on the outside of the house, Mrs. Hart? I call the division sign a house. The number on the bottom is trying to get into the number on the top. So 70 is knocking on the door of 77. How many times will 70 go into 77? I know you can visibly see that this is only going to work one time, right? You have 70 and 77. But let's say that you didn't know, or you just didn't recognize that, just in case. So look for how many times 70 is going to go in 77. So some of you I know are going to get that chart out, and you're going to look, and then you're going to get mad at me because there's no 70 on the chart, Mrs. Hart. No, there's not. Because this is one of those problems where you just guesstimate or click Stop being so automatic trying to just look for the answer and start using your own number sense and realize that that's only going to go in one time. So if it's not on a chart, guesstimate. That's going to go in just one time. And if you thought maybe it was 2 times, again, do that by checking on the side. I don't know how many times 70 is going to go to 77, Mrs. Hart. Let me do 2 times. Check your work. 0 times 2 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. That's 140. Way too big. So now you know it's number 1. And you can use multiplication to keep checking your work to see how many times a number will go into itself. Okay? So now I know that this is 1 time. And I'm running out of space down here. Not sure if I can move this. Okay, that works for me. Whatever. Okay? So now what I'm going to... That's kind of cool. Here we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is multiply. 1 times 70 is 70. Subtract, you have 7 left over. You now have everything you need to make your fraction. Then what the amount of times that will go in, the number that's on top, that's your whole number. The remainder is your numerator. The number on the outside of the house, your denominator, is still your denominator. So final answer here is 7 is 1 7/70. Okay? Now, if you're not sure, you might want to check to see if this will reduce. Well, will 7 and 70 reduce? If you're not aware, or if you struggle with that again, all you have to do is what we've already been doing and looking for a 7 and a 70 in the same aisle, not using number 1. So no 7s, no 7s, no 7s. You're not going to get to 7 here. Okay? So, well, 7, but do you have a 70? Oh my gosh, you do. Look at that. I have a 7. And I have a 70. So really my fraction is 1 over 10, isn't it? That's right. Just in case you didn't know that. Let's go back. Whoops. We can now say that this actual final answer is going to be 1 and 1/10. But that's 1. You get the idea. All right. So moving on to the last one, I'm going to hurry up and do this because the video is already 12 minutes long. 30 and a 75. It's not top heavy, so I'm going to look for a 30 and a 75. If you know number sense or you have a good idea, anytime you have a 0 and a 5, you can use 5 as a divisor, okay? So I know it's going to go, 5 will go into both of these numbers, but let's pretend that I didn't know that, and I'm going to use the multiplication chart to help me out, okay? So now I'm looking for God, man, I'm horrible. Okay, so now I'm looking for, 30 and 75. Gotcha. 30, 75. All right, this is what it's like to be an adult with ADHD and teaching, but I'm still doing my thing. That's right. Okay, so now I have 30 and 75. Here we go. I have 30. Oh, but no 75. I went way too far down, didn't I? I thought I was going to do this quick because I only have 1 minute of video left. So let me go to 30, 70, 75. I have a 15 and 6 over 15. Okay, for that answer right there. And 6 over 15. Do you think that's going to reduce anymore? 6 and a 15. So I can find a 6 and a 15. Oh my gosh, I have 2/5. Look at that, 2 over 5. So that's going to be our final answer for that one. That was kind of quick and sloppy, but you get the idea already. Okay, so again, final answer for that, 6. Excuse me. Blech. Final answer. Forgot. 2/5. That's right. Okay. 2 over 5. And done. So that's it for our learning how to reduce fractions. You can always print up your own worksheets, but I hope this video has helped. Remember, there's part 1, 2 also on the YouTube and also on Heart Academy in the My Lab under topics. Love you guys. Go for the next one.